Okay, so what we have here is the Stigma with a rotary machine, which is quite impressed with. It's kind of interesting. I've been going through a lot of the various machines. I just have a thing about machines, and I've been playing with um, all the way to coil machines to rotary pens. And to tell you the truth, I think pens the best. They're the easiest to mess around with. Coils take a lot of work, a lot of tweaking, but um, this is sort of an in between, and it's got like a little so it's got the rotary machine here. Then on the top you adjust the length or the depth using this little these two dials, one inside the other. It's kind of interesting. So you use the Allen wrench here, you loosen it, you can twist this around, and then you can change the depth that the plunger is going to go to, right? And then the because this actually, it's not the needle. You can do a full needle if you like. You do a regular adapter. This is a different one, but if you like a regular adapter where just the needle goes all the way down, you're using your regular needle system there, so it can almost work just like a normal coil gun, the old school ones. But then this has the adapter, and believe me, I think cartridges are a much smarter way to go than the long needles. It takes real artists to do the long needles actually, and I just don't have the kind of patience to learn all that little stuff there. So, and then what you do is you take this. Well, actually, first of all, I think I show you the bottom. Here we go. It's right there. So you have where the plunger is. At the end of this goes and hits that little plunger. Just lock it in. And then this is what you use to adjust the depth slightly too. See where this moves up and down? The more space you have here, the less depth you have here. That's what you do. You find out, so you have as deep as you want it to be. I'm not going to be completely changing everything because it takes a lot of time to do it, and try to make this a short video. So yeah, so it's not RCA machine, just so you know. It's the old DC direct current, 12 volt. So connected in. And one of the interesting things I found is that it can take some of the lowest voltage I've seen out of all the other machines that I've been playing around with. This takes the really low voltage. I mean, right now here it's at 7, right? And then we can see normal ones. You'll be running at what, like maybe a 9 or a 10, and usually a lot of them they'll crap out right about 4, maybe 3. This will go all the way down to 2. This one goes. I mean, that might not be a good idea to be working on something that slow. See how slow it is? I don't know if this frame rate will actually show what it looks like there, but yeah, this stops at 2. It won't let me go any farther than that. But yeah, I don't go all the way up as high as they can go because sometimes you can cause eh, issues with it. Just all machines in general. But yeah, it's interesting. And of course, so this you have this part set up here. It's working for you, and then it also comes with. So that's just the machine there, and so it's kind of interesting. It comes with, of course, the power supply. I like the power supply too, but here it comes with the pedal. Now so you turn off, and when you do it like this, though, you end up where you have it on, then off, on, then off. And this is what happens, when you're just doing it for your own. Like you work on someone, you stop and ask them a question, talk to them a bit, and then you work on them again. You do it that way, or you can just do it this way. You're talking to them, then you have a question, or they have a question. However you want to do it here. The cool thing though is about these other 2 bits, right? So that's the general machine there. The interesting thing is these right here, right? These are really strong magnets. So you can stick them to, a lot of times you're using a surgical tray, something like that, or anyway, you can stick it on something I played around with the side of my fridge and it worked fine. It was pretty cool. So it locks right there. So if you want to stick it to something magnetic, then yeah, it's cool. It just does it right there. And then notice how it'll change colors because it seems to think the 6 is the general good place to be. Because if you turn up higher, it starts to turn different colors. So it's kind of almost like a mental trigger, so you can remember even what color you like for your machines. Like going, I normally like probably about this shade. Then you go down to changing the blue. It says more of like an ice color. See it? So it just has different ways to letting you know what voltage it's going at. I think, let me just do this for a second. I think if you go all the way up to 12, yes, he goes up to like right up here. It seems to have some kind of weird yellowish green, and 15 is just like it seems to kick it back. Maybe let's see. No, it stops 15. It's like that's as far as it's gonna let you go, and it's red. I think it's the only red they have out of all of them. So it goes from the green to blue to yellows. I like the purple color, but yeah, that's interesting too. And then it still comes with all these other little things. It doesn't. It comes with the needles, uh, Allen wrenches, power supply, uh, pedal, some other things. It doesn't come with ink. And normally, if you're starting out, you can go ahead and buy some of the cheap ink, mess around with that, because you're gonna go through a lot of that. But this one you're going to want to practice on like fake skin like these. This doesn't come with the kit here, but this is Stigma silicone skin, and it is twice as thick as the other ones that I've seen that I've been playing around with normally that I was training on originally. This is twice the thickness, so I'm pretty impressed with it. Just but so if you're gonna when you're gonna be looking for your skins, I recommend looking for the Stigma skin. They do a great job. And yeah, that's the basics. So yeah, as far as how I rate it, as far as the machine goes, yeah, I'll give it 5 stars. It's quite an amazing machine. I saw one guy, I guess one of the reviews, someone had a issue with it. This didn't quite work right or something fell apart, but I've been messing around with this for a bit and it's been pretty solid. So for me, yeah, it's really light, easy to have, just let it hang where it goes. It's just the little tweaking that you have to keep doing. It kind of makes it unattractive for me, but that's because I'm learning how unattractive coil machines are. So this is kind of a hybrid, um, but it's nice and quiet. I'll still give it a 5, but just like explaining what it is, how it works, and if it's really what you're looking for. Because me, I've kind of starting to settle on just the pen machines themselves. So anyway, that's the basics of it, and just I like to let people know what it is, how they work, and then you can decide if it's your thing. And I hope this has been helpful for you. Thanks.